Hi Vijay, thank you so much for joining us on Blitz Business. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thanks, Ashish. It's always pleasure to uh, discuss with you, talk to you in your sessions. Thank you
Awesome.
so
Let's
much.
get started.
Thank you so
So,
much for inviting me.
first question, Vijay, I can see a YouTube play button, silver play button. So, what is the story behind that YouTube play button?
See, actually, we don't say thanks, but thanks to Corona, that we had a time to look beyond our business. Then, because we had started in 2015, but because of Corona, almost one and a half year, we had lot of time, energy to think about other business, just to have a pause and look for that. And then we thought that which are the area where exactly the preschool things are uh, like they are not having this kind of thing. So I would like to say this thing with proud that Makoons is the only preschool brand with as a silver button in India. So,
So,
so
what was that idea, Vijay, ki I have to start this? Makoons. कैसे मतलब what inception idea क्या था?
see, I used to be throughout in corporate world. I was working in different field for almost 15, 16 years. I was always thinking कि मतलब like right from my early days, education was my uh, one portion which was never been. It was my passion, but never been into the like when I joined the services. It was throughout corporate marketing, so that was the area which left. So when I had a decent stint of 14, 15 years, 16 years in corporate world, I thought let's do something in education. And in education, like the pre-primary section, which was and is also the neglected part as far as Indian education system is concerned. Can you believe it that even till date, almost 80% of the state government, because education is a state subject, they don't recognize pre-primary section. It's because of the national education policy, which the central government they take out 2 years back, that recognizes and give the importance of pre-primary section. So I thought that this is the area where there is a lot of opportunity, and because of seeing that opportunity, I entered into this.
And थोड़ा corporate world से भी बोर हो गए होगे या नहीं?
नहीं, कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड से कभी बोर नहीं हुआ मैं, और
No?
कभी बोर नहीं हुआ, बिकॉज इवन द सिस्टम, वी हैव अ वेरी स्मॉल कंपनी, but right from the day one, all ethos, practices, and the culture is, nobody can say it's less than any corporate culture. And when I say corporate culture, that doesn't mean corporate as a good thing and a bad thing also. Like cutthroat competition, lot of politics in the organization we don't have, because I know the good thing and the bad thing, because I had been into the corporate culture for so many years. So I thought कि जो चीज मुझे अच्छी नहीं लगती थी उस कॉर्पोरेट में, वो मैं
सही बात.
एटलीस्ट अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं करूंगा. एंड दैट इज द रीजन द फर्स्ट पर्सन हु ज्वाइंड मी in 2015, my first colleague, and in my company is still with me. So that's the way we
So,
work.
what is the meaning of Makoons? इसका मतलब क्या
Yeah,
है?
that is a very, very good question. See, when we were actually planning to launch a brand, मेरे दिमाग में दो चीजें थी, being a marketing guy, कि वर्ड ऐसा होना चाहिए जो आसानी से दिमाग में नहीं चढ़े. But once it is through, it is through. Like once you have heard the first time, आपके दिमाग में आया होगा, what is that? Makoons.
हाँ.
So if you like remember it 2 3 times in the mind, it gets a recall.
अब
Makoons
तो याद हो
stands for Makoons stands for Canadian White Bear Cup. Canada में polar bear के बच्चे को we
गया.
call it
Okay.
Makoons. So we took it because we are also in pre-primary section, and Makoons is basically the bear cub, white polar bear cub. So Makoons stands from there, and हमारा जो mascot भी है, that is also a cub, polar bear cub. वो जो आप Makoons के,
Yes, I
and
can see.
that small बच्चा जो भालू का white polar bear. And once we have done the branding उसका, so we took it like उसका पोस्टर देखेंगे, it is उल्टा है, मतलब बैक साइड से. So that shows the bubbly character of a child, because बच्चे नॉटी होते हैं, बच्चे मतलब they are playful. So from that perspective, it came into our mind, and we have because at that point of time there were all generic brands, kids, kidsy, kids plug, मतलब there are thing or little. These were two generic word जिसके basis पर majority of the brands were there, and I didn't want to have two words because two words को recall करना difficult होता है. So that is the way we came in. मतलब this Makoons came into the picture, and Makoons was selected among almost 82 brands जो हमें एजेंसी ने शॉर्टलिस्ट करके दिया था, उसमें से that brand was selected. So that is the way we came from.
So आप अब what is it you're doing differently in Makoons versus rest, because it's a segment जिसमें I assume a lot of competition is already there, right? So help us understand what are the things you're doing differently, or you're doing same, or there's some twist to it, or what is it exactly?
Ashish, when actually I left the corporate world, it took me 1 year to understand the business. It was not like that I left the job and I started this. Uh, I left in 2015 January, and I started this in July 2015. It's almost 1.5 years. So I did lot of surveys, and I visited and met with almost more than 100 plus franchise of different brands and understood the pain area of them. उनका पेन एरिया था because at that point of time the model was that you supply the franchisor supplies the book, they guide the franchise, and they take the royalty. Majority of the preschools, the franchise, they were not running successfully, and because of the royalty part which they pay to the franchisor, they normally not able to make money the way they thought when they entered. So royalty was the one pain area. Second thing, in terms of support, they give the gyan, they give the knowledge. Besides that, it is the franchise which they need to look after. So these two pain area I took right from the day one. मतलब Makoons was the first brand in India which came the concept with no royalty model.
Okay.
So right from the day one, we and I can tell you with all humility that now the leader of the this industry, they had compelled to move to that kind of working. So now what happens that when we entered for two things, which were the pain area. One is the no royalty model, so which helped the business partners to make the profitable much faster, their venture much profitable. Second was uh, we had right from the day one, we have a separate uh, vertical who helps the center for generating admission. So these two things which make us different from B2B. This was for B2B, like for franchise. Third is from B2C point of view. Right from the day one, we actually took our parents practically on like अभी इंडस्ट्री में क्या हो रहा था कि like these most of the brands, they were giving the gyan and things to the franchisor, and it was the franchisee who like taking their knowledge and these things to the parents and to the kids down the line. But what was happening there at that point of time, some centers were doing exceptionally well because of the good staff. So we helped lot of these franchise for training. My entire staff, wherever in India they have to go 80 hours vigorous training during the year. So this training helped the staff to further improve their curriculum down the line, and that made our kids and our parents happy. So practically two things for B2B, and one thing for B2C. That's the way we entered into the market.
And what's your current scale, Vijay?
See, we started in practically in franchise business in 2016, because 2015 we derived the concept, and first franchise we finalized in 2016. We in by 2020 Jan, we reached to almost 120 centers, because first 100 center was difficult, but unfortunately COVID came, and the education sector was badly hit because of the corona case. So when we woke up by 2020 end, we had hardly 30, 35, 40 centers. Currently, we have more than 200 plus centers. We are present in 4 countries, 16 states, 36 cities, and with 200 plus centers
That's a
operational.
very impressive number, Vijay. So, how did you pull it off? What's the secret?
See, nothing secret about it, because that again, the corporate experience came into the picture. It is the team which works. Individually doesn't work. Frankly speaking, I just guide them. It is the team which works. So right from the day one, I tried to build a strong team. उस टीम को ग्रेजुएट करना, because at the end of the day, it's not me, it's not you, it's the team combined, they work and deliver. So we had a clear cut 5-year business plan, and that plan has derived into yearly plan and then into the quarterly and monthly plan. So that is the way as a team, और उस टीम ने ही ये डिलीवर करके दिया है. So it's not मतलब like I picked up and choose the right people with the right mindset. Like if I can say, the leader of the industry, they have almost 80 sets, one person for 80 centers. For 80 center, they have one person. I
Okay.
have 3 center for one person. Yeah, one person for 3 center in that, like that.
But that increased cost, no?
See, that increased cost, but that helped me to grow at a much faster pace. See, at the end of the day, from 200 to 500 centers, I may not need that kind of manpower. But first 200 centers, if I'll not be able to give the good services, hand holding, I would not have gone to this level, because I have seen many like upcoming brands have vanished in COVID time, because in this industry there is no entry barrier. So because of no entry barrier, you have a lot of competition. So that is the reason. Right from the day one, I had lot of people involved in my day-to-day working as a company, and that helped my centers, Makoons centers, to deliver better to their parents. So ultimately, it is a chain. If my parents are happy, my centers have more admissions. If my center has more admission, I have more revenue. Simple. So
Understood. And so let's talk about this segment now a little bit. So, where do you see the demand coming in? Tier one, tier two, tier three. So, help us understand a little bit about this segment.
see, let me share with you pre-COVID and less digitalization. Earlier, we were present in tier 1 and tier 2 metro cities, means state capitals.
Hmm.
You know, because of work from home culture, people have moved to tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 cities. And because of internet revolution, these parents who have moved out from metros to their villages, to their girls. So what happened that of late, we have find a tremendous growth. Like practically, we are number 2 brand as far as Delhi NCR is concerned today. But now we have a fair presence in tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, even to that extent tier 5 markets.
Okay.
And but the thing is, these tier 4, tier 5, tier 6 markets, they don't have that kind of infra and schools. So if we provide the same kind of schools in these markets, parents are willing to pay and take them, because nowadays and even in past also in India, parents spend a lot of money on education.
Hmm.
That is a proven truth. So parent doesn't hesitate to even spend more money on their and particularly in pre-primary section, because that is the first time they are giving their child out of
Exposed to
home.
it. Yeah.
Yes. So first time they are
So,
getting separated from their child, so they take extra precautions to, so they pay, they are ready to pay anything if they get the kind of uh, facilities.
understood. So, help us understand, Vijay, now a little bit on the economics. So, how much does a franchisee cost? Then, how much do you charge per student in terms? And so, for that franchisee, how they are break even by when? What's the so all these sort of
See,
different numbers?
normally it varies from market to market, tier to tier size as far as investment is concerned. Normally it varies from 10 lakhs to 15 lakhs depending upon. like tier 3, tier 4, it's 10 lakhs, 10 to 11 lakhs, and 15 to 16 lakhs for as far as you need 2000 to 2000 square feet space, 3 to 4 BHK to start up preschool. As far as economics is concerned, any center, because this is preschool plus daycare. Besides that, you can have other activities also, like evening hours activity, Saturday, Sundays activity, abacus classes, dance classes, those stuff. But major revenue comes from preschool and daycare. So any center, if they achieve 35 to 36 kids, they come to the operational break even.
They
And
come to, sorry, what?
operational break even.
Okay.
Operational break even means suppose they are spending 1.5 lakhs per month. So they get the revenue monthly on the basis of 35 to 36 cents. So that, and what happens the moment you stop losing money, you start getting money, because that is the business. So break even खत्म होगा, उसी दिन से profit शुरू होगा. So normally it takes 7 to 8 months time for a center. Depends. Some centers they take 3 to 4 months. Some center for 7 to 8 months. By that time they reach to the break even, and after that they make profit. And normally whatsoever the amount they spend, it they take out within 1.5 years, all the capital and everything. And after that it is bonus.
Understood. So all your centers are profitable, I can say?
No, no, no.
No.
Because what happening that every month we are adding 7 to 8 centers. So any center which is 8 to 10 months old, I'm quite sure they are making. And let me tell you, that will actually help you to understand better. As a Makoons franchise, almost 13 centers and open another center. My 18 parents and open a center. 3 centers and open 3 centers. 3 franchise and open 3 centers. So it is just like they make money and then they replicate for the another one, because that is a horizontal growth. Because preschool is all about 2 to 3 kilometer vicinity. So they open in a particular area, they make money, and then they move up to 3. After 2-3 kilometers, they make another one. So that's the way we work.
And what is the biggest operational cost here, Vijay? Rent, or if they don't have, like, what's the biggest operational cost?
Practically two things: rent and salary.
Salary for the staff.
Rent and salary put together contributes almost 85% of the total cost.
Understood.
Because first year it is marketing, second year onwards it is all referral. So this is a referral business. If suppose your kid is you are happy for your child, so you will recommend your friends and peer group for the admission. So it's a referral thing. And certainly these kids, they come to the school within the vicinity of 2 to 3 kilometers only, because these kids are small, they don't travel much.
Understood. And from your Makoon's perspective, what all things you help in? You mentioned about admission, I assume content, marketing, all of these things, right?
So basically, like, number one is in term of the brand perception, and we focus largely on B2C. मतलब मेरा फंडा सिंपल है as a brand owner कि if my parents are happy, the business will work. If my parents are not happy, curriculum delivery is the key thing for, because in long term, if you have taken the admission for your child, maybe you have got the referral, you have got the marketing things, and you took the admission. But once you took the admission, how do you find your child grown up? If you find your child grown up, you will be happy, you will give me a lot of appreciation, you will give me a lot of referrals. So that is the way we work. So we focus on parents thing, and in case of any issue with the parents, we take it very seriously with the, because these are the two things which in long term it pays.
And do you also
Because
run any company owned centers or no?
yeah, we have one company owned centers, but again, Makoons is the first brand which matlab like opened the company owned after 5 years. Normally इस इंडस्ट्री में ऐसा होता है कि like first of all you open a center, and then I had a thought that I have an energy of 8 hours. इस 8 hours में I can run a school or I can help to run 100 schools. So
That's a
though
good
we have a company owned school, but for us that is only for just for the sake of we have the school. But our focus is that all my 200 centers are my school. So whatsoever I do it for my school, I will do it for all these 200 schools. So that's the way we work, and we work very closely with our business partners. So that helps us to, because if my like that is the way, if my parents are happy, the entire chain are happy. At the same time, if my business partners are happy for my services, they will open another center, their friends will open another center, because it's not a very big investment. 10 to 15 lakhs is not a very big investment. The kind of ROI they get, matlab
Right.
technically they may get more than 80 to 120% ROI.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, because आप 1.5 साल में पैसा निकाल लिया, फिर हर साल आप उतना पैसा निकाल सकते. So that is the second. When you opt for any like from a like this is I'm talking to you about the business gyan. Like suppose today I decide to open a business. So the first challenge I have that what which kind of business I should enter. एक thought process जो मतलब what I think is that सबसे पहले तो जिसमें you like it, the field which you enjoy, number one. Number two, which has the opportunity to scale up. अब like our like more than मतलब India is a young population, a young country, less than 30 years of age, they have a जो हमारे बच्चे लाते हैं इंडिया में वो they have a ample number of, so this business and this opportunity will last at least for 70-80 years minimum. And third is the debt free this business. These are primarily these things. One is scalable, second thing is no debt, and third thing where you actually which business you like most or you enjoy.
Any
So
negative विजय in this? सारे businesses के positive negative होते हैं, इसमें कौन से risk और
इसमें
negative?
नेगेटिव वही है कि एनी टॉम डिक एंड हैरी कम एंड मतलब कंपटीशन विच इन नेक्स्ट 2 years टाइम दैट विल काफी हद तक वो सेटल हो जाएगा बिकॉज ऑफ द न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी, नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी. The state governments are now getting implemented, and now what happening that they are giving some kind of basic guideline to before even starting of the preschool. So these mom and pop shows and these small centers, they will vanish, and the only those brands or those schools which are running perfectly fine, they have CCTVs, they have ACs, they have structured curriculum, they have trained teachers, staffs. These are the and they have the basic infrastructure. Those centers will remain.
But that will
So
also increase cost, no?
certainly that will increase cost. But in our case, ये सब चीजें already हैं हमारे brands में.
Okay.
Any good preschool brand, you will find that kind of infrastructure.
Understood.
But these mom and pop shows, they मतलब like they don't invest, they don't have CCTVs, बस वो खोल लिया स्कूल. So उससे क्या होता है कि neither they have curriculum, nor they have infra properly, nor they have the trained staff, which is very critical.
तो trained
So
staff भी आप लोग ही देते हो, आपसे लेते हैं लोग?
yeah, मतलब like I said that all the teachers, they have to go compulsory 80 hours compulsory training before even entering into that.
So that's the main source of revenue, I assume, right?
No, but training मतलब like for the franchisee fee at the beginning of the when we finalize the center, this includes everything for 5 years. So we don't charge for training, we don't charge for anything. It is the student kit what we supply, we make money.
Okay. But their person can hire, for example, their own teacher, whatever, and then you train them.
Yes, we facilitate them for the appointment also, but ultimately they are the boss. They are going to pay the salary, so they appoint it. We facilitate them, we guide them कि कैसे लेना चाहिए, क्या लेना चाहिए, और once they are on the board, we train them.
Understood.
And
Understood.
training is a regular process because what happens that and training is not for the teachers, for the supporting staff. We call them didis. Didis को भी, guard को भी, counselor को भी. So everybody needs training.
Understood. So then what is your ambition now, Vijay, in terms of you have 200 centers? You want to grow to a certain number or add something horizontally, add some other products or services? What's your now ambition?
See, Ashish, when we started, like I said, that we had done a lot of research. So I had reviewed some of the brands which vanished in 3 years time. तो मैंने उसको भी स्टडी किया कि क्यों मतलब why they vanished. So मैंने उनको ये देखा कि they were not service oriented because since they were new, तो कहीं भी स्कूल खोल दी. So we did a strategy that जिसको मैं बार बार मेरा एक ये मतलब I use that word that I wanted to be a whale of the pond rather than a fish of the ocean. So we selected 10 cities initially. 11th city को हमने तब ऑप्ट किया जब out of 10, one city we reach among the top 3. Today in 10 cities we are among the top 3 brands.
ये आपका बहुत ही यूनिक स्टाइल है which I'm able to see. You are like lot of research backed and फिर then you execute. So इसका
See,
secret क्या है मतलब what is that? How do you do it?
Ashish, this is my seventh assignment as a new venture.
Oh wow. So what were the other six?
Sixth assignment was in paper industry, in automobile industry, in tire industry. So वहां पर sixth assignment I did it for somebody else. Zero से organization को खड़ा करना वो ये seventh assignment था which I did for me. So what happens that if you are starting from the scratch, if you have not did good homework, it will have an issues for your objectives to be achieved. So that
One
is the reason.
yeah. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is the reason, since I was spending, and I this time it was more thing because I was going through it for my own venture, so I tried more.
So
जब
the
तक
other six were for someone else you were setting up or something.
Yes, somewhere else for different industry, like in paper industry, which is a very very high volume industry. I joined three projects, different projects, and started from scratch and took that level and then left. So, and I worked with the big brands as far as paper industry and automobile industry is concerned. So that is the thing where it helped me to understand कि एक नए वेंचर को जीरो से कहाँ तक ले जाते हैं. एंड अगेन आई अगेन कम टू दैट पॉइंट, इट इज द टीम बिल्डिंग. आपके पास टीम होगी, आप कर सकते.
And one thing I can understand is irrespective of segment, if you have clarity, you can execute well in it really doesn't
सी
matter.
फॉर मी मुझे माल बेचने नहीं जाना है. फॉर मी मुझे एक्सिक्यूट कराना है. इफ आई एम क्लियर अबाउट माई थॉट्स, अबाउट माई बिजनेस गोल्स, एंड उस गोल्स को अचीव कैसे करना है. अब फॉर एग्जाम्पल दीज ब्रांड्स विच दे वैनेज, इन्होंने कहीं हिंदुस्तान में कहीं भी फिर उसको सर्विस नहीं दे पाए. अब एक सेंटर के लिए आप गांधीनगर जाएंगे फ्रॉम दिल्ली, it's practically nowhere. So those centers were not profitable to, and for me, a customer is always should be a profitable customer, otherwise he is not a customer. See, no point of having customer who is not making profit for you. So from a business perspective, uh, we should be very clear, because if I am sitting at the chair, I have the responsibility and onus for my business, whether I am working for somebody and whether I am working for myself. जो प्रोफाइल में आप बैठे हैं, उस प्रोफाइल के लिए यू हैव टू हैव द क्लियर जस्टिफिकेशन विदाउट एनी ए एंड बी एंड सी काइंड ऑफ वर्किंग. सो that is the way we started. And with all like we can say in 5 years 6 years time, I am Delhi NCR. Makoons is Delhi NCR number 2 brands as far as number of centers are concerned.
That's an impressive number and not an easy task. I can
we are
imagine.
Thane number 1 center. We are Prayagraj number 1 center. So that is the way we actually grow. अगर Delhi NCR की बात करें, Noida we are number 3 center, Ghaziabad we are number 2 brand. Even Delhi we derive into East Delhi, West Delhi kind of thing. So, but in totality, Delhi NCR, if I put it, this is the way. In like every month now we are adding 8 to 10 centers. So these are the numbers. So coming to your question, that what is the path forward? We have a plan that by 2025 end, we should have minimum 450 to 500 centers. 450 is the minimum preschools brand.
तो कुछ फिर IPO का भी प्लान है?
No, not yet.
No.
Because for that I need to have the basics correct in the organization, and from a valuation perspective and other things, we need to have +2 यानी कि formal schools into the system.
Sorry, what +2? I didn't get.
+2 means 10 +2 formal schools जो 12 तक के schools होते हैं.
Okay.
So what we are targeting that by 2025 we should have at least 450 preschools and 25 formal schools.
And the formal schools are the more profitable one or preschool ones?
See, any day formal school is more profitable, but one school requires 25 to 30 CR investment.
25 to 30 CR investment. So
that is a different. So that is a different ball.
Yeah, it's a different ball game. So it will be a franchise model or how?
we will have franchise as well as well. So we this year onwards, from 2024 onwards, we have started a new brand which is called Makoons World School, and from 1st of April we have signed 7 franchise, so which has got operational from 1st of April. So that is the vertical. Like one is Makoons, which is the preschool segment, and one is Makoons World School, which is the formal school segment. So from
So
1st of April we have 7 centers.
so let me rephrase for our listeners and for myself. So you're saying a school requires 25 to 30 CR of investment. So someone is putting 25, 30 CR for the school, you're saying. They're ready to put in.
See what happens that you need 2 acre land. This cost almost 15 to 17 crores. Then you have to building. Then to reach to the break even, you need 5 to 6 years. So you should need a deep pocket for running a farm.
So I assume these people already have the land.
This 25 CR includes the land cost.
Yeah, I mean the people who are willing to setting up these 7 world school, they will be having the land.
Sometimes they have the land, sometimes they have the money. So because for the business of that league, even 25 CR is not a big deal.
Really?
And I'm talking about these are 25 CR is not talking about Delhi NCR, Mumbai. Because Mumbai में 2 acre land is, or Delhi 2 acre land is almost 200 crores.
So this is price for where? Tier 2, Tier 3, where is it?
में tier 2, 3, 4 जहाँ पर जमीन आसानी से मिल जाती है. Otherwise, and for Delhi NCR and metros, the government has reduced from 2 acre to 1 acre. And that is the reason you find that major जो, since you are in Delhi, Delhi के जो main cities में कहाँ स्कूल खुल रहे हैं? Because you don't have a land.
Yes,
Schools
that's
जो खुल रहे हैं, that is either in Gurgaon, Faridabad, Noida. So you don't have a land at all.
it's a another number from 15-20 lakh की हम बातें कर रहे थे. It's like whoop. It just
Yeah,
went
but
totally different level.
because you need a different team altogether, different mindset and different kind of customers. So अभी जो हमने start किया है till 8 तक का किया है. So these 7 schools are Makoons World School. They are the investors. Some of them are the investors who are already running Makoons schools, so they have extended it vertically. So that is the way we actually grown, and we are planning to have at least 25 Makoons World School by 2025.
And this will be on path of what type of school, like pathways type or different sort of, what is the
These
model
are
for the
all CBSE pattern, CBSE
CBSE?
pattern like DBS का.
Understood. And फिर इसके बाद आपका कॉलेज खोलने का भी है कुछ?
इतना मतलब I have a 5-year business plan, and वो 5 साल के बाद तो मतलब
फिर देखेंगे.
because it's better to have things in.
Yeah. But that's wonderful, Vijay. I really like your clarity and thought process, business plan, research. But I think that also comes with a lot of experience. Yeah, understood. Understood. So, one different question, Vijay, for you. ये तो था all the positives and different aspects. What is that one thing, looking back from your journey till now, you would have done differently?
Ashish, see, coming to these things, like this was the business which I call it business because I was thrown into marketing thing, but issues was always been that कुछ करना है, and want to have the brand building, because एक brand के लिए हमेशा, so this was the thing which somehow I'm thinking that I have reached to some extent, not a bigger extent, but reached to some extent.
But anything you sort of see when you look back, I wanted to do differently. Um, in this journey of setting up, building Makoons, what are the couple of things you would have done differently, looking back?
See, Ashish, very very good question, and ये थोड़ा bouncer भी है, but let me try to give this answer candidly as far as possible. Now, see, Ashish, what happened that once you start your business from your own capital, as a professional, you tend to take not a very very bold decision. So for first 2 years, I didn't took a bold decision. Normally, I used to take when I work for some other one, some other. So that was the first thing which I accept that, like होता है ना कि once you change a job because you were working for something, everything was fine, and suddenly you want to anything which you want to do for you and you have to spend your own money. तो कुछ डिसीजन बहुत बोल्डली आप नहीं ले पाते हैं या नहीं लिए मैंने, मैं और की बात नहीं कर सकता, बट आई वुड हैव, सो दैट इज द फर्स्ट थिंग व्हिच आई थिंक दैट अगर मैंने लिए होते तो आज थिंग्स वेर मच
एग्जांपल तो देना पड़ेगा. Which bold decision are you referring? Like,
सी इनिशियली आई कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड ऑन टीम. किसी के लिए काम कर रहा हूं तो मैं एज ए हेड ऑफ मार्केटिंग या हेड ऑफ बिजनेस में सोचता हूं. तो दैट इज द फर्स्ट थिंग आई थिंक आई वुड हैव डन डिफरेंट. सेकंड, जो because we were new, so I was, because I was throughout a very very मतलब like ruthless person as far as handling things are concerned, both in term of मतलब customer के लिए खड़े हैं चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, which I have compromised initially with my business partners also, which means that screening of our business partners. So far, और वो होता है, मतलब मैं बोलूँगा कि because initially nobody knows me, तो मुझे थोड़ा सा मतलब कॉम्प्रोमाइज उस एक्सटेंट पे करना पड़ा while screening the business partners, our business partners. So these are the two things I think if I done it right from the day one differently, शायद results better हो.
difficult to know, but at least you have the insights, you know, you felt in terms of that is.
नहीं, because what happened that if you have done the better screening, you would have the better manpower, both internal as well as business partner. So that was the thing. So initially 1.5 years I did some kind of compromise. So that is
that's a very good insight, I think, for every business. I think it's a very natural thing to do, and you know, you will always be like thoda sa to, you know, you become little cost sensitive in the beginning on hiring. I can understand. Yeah, it can happen to but yeah, but to come out of it and then be like, no, best talent, I need the best talent. So yeah. So now moving on in terms of Vijay, so you mentioned World School you are opening. Any other initiative you plan to do, or now you're all set for this business plan?
I'm actually, as a company, we all set for next 5 years for this one, because there is a ample number of opportunity in these two business, like too many things I have, because we are also 8-9 hours some minds, so that's the thing. And because I am in next 5 years, I'm till at least next 3 years, I'm not looking for any investors and these things. So that is also the limitations we have to generate from and to grow, because we would like to grow organic,
Which is a rare thing nowadays.
but at least for 3 years I don't want to like, and after that maybe we don't know what is written in the future. So
Wonderful. No, definitely. Thanks a ton, Vijay, for your time and very insightful segment, conversation, clarity. You know, I really enjoyed talking to you and understand this space. Very new segment for me. I mean, we had entrepreneurs from all across segment, but this was never covered. So very interesting to see the opportunity here. Any comments from your side you want to share with our listeners, please?
see, Ashish, frankly, it's my pleasure to have a chat with you. See, it's basically like after so many years, I tried to, मतलब जिसको दिल की बात बोलने वाली बात होती है, so because sometimes like even the last question which you asked, that मैं क्या better, वो मुझे ही पता था कि मैंने कहाँ गलत.
Yes.
So but that is very very like, thanks for having the like things which you have raised this question, which took me to take myself 3 years, 5 years down the line and thought what has happened. So, but anyway, thank you so much for calling, like inviting me and have the show. And I wish you, Ashish, all the very best. And we'll catch you sometime and meet you soon. So you let's have some time and we'll.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Vijay. Let me just stop the recording. It will